Let's start our first news. Ilia has finally responded to the recent comments made by Conor, and his reaction has caught the attention of the entire MMA world. While speaking about Conor, Ilia made it clear that he still has a lot of respect for what the Irish superstar achieved inside the octagon. He explained that, as a fighter, he has always enjoyed watching Conor compete and considers him one of the most exciting fighters to ever step into the cage. Ilia said that he respects everything Conor has accomplished in the sport, including the moments that helped change the UFC forever. However, he also made it clear that he does not want to discuss Conor's personal life, saying that those matters are separate from his fighting career. The controversy started after Conor suggested that Ilia was copying his style and the way he carries himself. Ilia responded confidently, saying that if people believe he is following the same path, then he believes he is doing it even better. The statement immediately created reactions among fans, with many debating whether Ilia's confidence is justified or if the rivalry between the two fighters could continue to grow. Ilia has built a reputation for being outspoken, fearless, and extremely confident in his abilities. His recent comments show that while he respects legends of the sport, he also believes he is creating his own legacy. With both fighters having massive personalities and strong fan bases, any interaction between Ilia and Conor is guaranteed to generate attention across the MMA community. For now, Ilia has made his position clear. Respect the past, but focus on building the future. Move on to another news. Dustin is calling out Conor for a potential quadrilogy fight at 170 pounds. And despite Conor's current injury situation and an uncertain return date, the demand for a showdown with him remains extremely high. Dustin has become the latest fighter to show interest in sharing the octagon with Conor again. And this matchup actually carries a lot of history. The two fighters already have one of the most memorable rivalries in UFC history, with their previous battles creating massive attention around the sport. While many fans believe Max deserves another opportunity because their fight ended without a proper conclusion, there is also a strong argument for Dustin getting another chance against Conor. Their rivalry has unfinished business, especially because their last meeting ended due to a serious injury. From Conor's perspective, facing Dustin again could provide a chance at redemption. The rivalry currently stands with both fighters having a victory over each other if the injury ending is viewed separately. A win over Dustin could help Conor close one of the biggest chapters of his career. During an appearance on the Deep Waters podcast on Paramount, Dustin directly addressed the possibility of another fight with Conor. He said that whenever Conor is fully healed and ready to return, he should contact him because Dustin believes he can defeat him again. Dustin also made it clear that he would gladly move back up to 170 pounds for the matchup. His confidence shows that he still believes he has what it takes to compete at the highest level. With Conor's return still uncertain, nothing has been confirmed yet. But Dustin's call-out has added another interesting possibility to the list of potential fights waiting for Conor when he finally steps back into the octagon. Move on to another news. Robert Whittaker has opened up about the criticism he received from the UFC commentary team regarding his weight during his move to the light heavyweight division. After his victory over Nikita Krylov, where he secured a TKO finish in the third round, Robert explained that moving up in weight was exactly the change he needed at this stage of his career. However, one topic that caught his attention was the repeated discussion about his physique during the broadcast. Robert said the commentary team constantly mentioned his weight and questioned whether he looked out of shape. He explained that he did not believe he looked unhealthy and felt that he was actually in great condition. Robert even mentioned that he still had visible abs before the fight and believed the difference came from small details like water retention and having more salt in his body. The discussion then moved toward his decision to leave the middleweight division after years of competing there. Robert admitted that he still believes he could have continued being successful at middleweight because he is a talented fighter, and that division was where he built his career. But eventually, something had to change. Robert revealed that during his last few training camps, he stopped enjoying the process. The preparation became difficult, and he no longer felt the same excitement or passion for the journey. That realization forced him to take extra time away from competition. He wanted to rediscover his love for fighting and completely change his approach to training. The move to light heavyweight became the first step in that transformation. Robert explained that during his final middleweight camps, especially around the 4th and 5th week, his body started feeling fragile. His recovery became worse, his energy levels dropped, and he struggled to perform at his best during training sessions. Then, when fight week arrived, the weight cut became even more difficult. He described feeling drained, eating very little, and constantly trying to reach the required weight through extreme preparation. For Robert, the move to light heavyweight was not just about fighting bigger opponents. It was about protecting his body, improving his training, and bringing back the enjoyment that made him fall in love with the sport. After making the change, Robert believes he made the right decision for his career and his future inside the octagon. Move on to another news. Sean O'Malley has sent a strong message toward Petr Yan regarding the current state of the bantamweight division and the importance of staying active as a champion. Sean recently discussed the situation surrounding the title picture and questioned when Petr would return to defend his belt. He pointed out that Petr has been away from competition for several months, while the division continues to move forward with new challenges and exciting matchups. According to Sean, the bantamweight division is currently full of action, and champions need to remain active to keep the momentum going. He expressed frustration that the division is waiting for its title holder to return while other fighters continue pushing forward. Sean also compared the situation to Merab's time as champion, praising his activity and ability to keep the division moving. He suggested that Merab's constant willingness to fight helped maintain excitement around the weight class. Sean then made a bold statement, saying that if Petr does not return by October, he might consider himself the champion and defend the belt in December. While clearly said with confidence and some humor, the comment showed Sean's belief that champions must consistently compete and prove their place at the top. He also criticized Petr's current absence, claiming that the division cannot afford to slow down while one fighter remains inactive. Sean believes that the best fighters should always be ready to compete against the toughest contenders. Many fans have now started discussing whether Sean has a point about champion activity. Some believe title holders should have more frequent fights, while others understand that fighters sometimes need extended time away due to injuries, personal situations, or training adjustments. The bantamweight division remains one of the most competitive divisions in the UFC, with several contenders waiting for their opportunity. Meanwhile, another major storyline involving Conor has also gained attention. Ilia was recently asked about comments from Conor, who suggested that Ilia was copying his style and approach. Ilia responded by showing respect for Conor's achievements while making it clear that he believes he is creating his own path. The exchange between the two fighters has added even more attention to an already active MMA news cycle. Move on to another news. Sean Strickland has shared his thoughts on Conor's devastating knee injury during his fight against Max Holloway, and as expected, his comments have created a lot of discussion throughout the MMA community. Known for his outspoken personality, Sean immediately offered a controversial theory about what caused the injury. While many people online questioned whether Conor entered the fight with an existing injury, Sean strongly disagreed with that idea. The former middleweight champion explained that, from his own experience as a fighter, someone with a seriously damaged leg would not normally attempt a powerful and explosive technique like the switch kick that caused the injury. Sean believes that a veteran fighter understands the risks of entering the octagon with a compromised body part. According to him, the way the injury happened suggested something else may have played a role. Instead of blaming a previous injury, Sean shifted his focus toward the possibility of long-term physical damage caused by years of extreme preparation and body transformation. Without making a direct accusation against Conor, Sean suggested that the dramatic change in Conor's physique during his time away from competition could have affected his body over time. Sean explained that fighters who push their bodies through intense methods for extended periods can sometimes experience problems with durability and recovery. He claimed that building a larger physique does not always mean creating a stronger foundation, and that some changes can potentially impact a fighter's ability to withstand damage. According to Sean's theory, Conor's knee injury was not simply bad luck. He believes it could have been the result of years of stress placed on the body, combined with the demands of returning to elite competition. However, these comments remain Sean's personal opinion, and there has been no confirmation that any specific factor caused Conor's injury. The situation has once again brought attention to the challenges fighters face when returning after long periods away from competition. Maintaining strength, speed, and durability at the highest level is a difficult balance, especially for athletes with years of intense battles behind them. Sean's comments have added another layer to the conversation surrounding Conor's return and future in the sport, with fans continuing to debate what really happened inside the octagon. Move on to another news. Islam has responded to Max Holloway's call-out after his huge victory over Conor at UFC 329, and a potential dream matchup between two elite fighters could now be closer than ever. Following Max's impressive performance, Islam's head coach Javier Mendez revealed that Islam would accept the challenge if the UFC decided to make the fight happen. Mendez praised Max's reputation and explained that he has the mentality of a true champion. According to the coach, Max is the type of fighter who never avoids difficult challenges and would accept a fight against anyone. Because of that mindset, Mendez believes fans should never count Max out of any major matchup. He described him as a warrior who is always willing to test himself against the best competition available. However, before Islam can focus on a possible fight with Max, he has another major challenge ahead. Islam is preparing for a welterweight title defense against Ian Machado Gary at UFC 330 this August. To prepare for Gary's unique style, Team Islam has brought in a very important training partner. Mendez revealed that undefeated PFL champion Usman Nurmagomedov has been helping Islam during camp. The coach explained that Usman's athletic ability and movement make him an excellent opponent simulation partner. His skills allow him to recreate the distance control and striking style that Islam will face inside the octagon. Mendez also discussed Max's future, suggesting that while a fight between Islam and Max would be exciting, the matchup would be extremely difficult. He believes Max is capable of handling any challenge because of his championship mindset. At the same time, Mendez mentioned that Max may eventually consider moving back down in weight and potentially pursuing another fight with Conor. Regarding Conor's recent loss, Mendez said he believed Conor entered the fight with the right mentality, but his body simply failed him during the competition. The future remains uncertain, but with Islam accepting the possibility and Max continuing to chase the biggest fights, a showdown between these two elite fighters could become one of the most anticipated matchups in the UFC. Move on to another news. Dustin has revealed the strongest fighter he has ever faced inside the octagon, and his answer might not surprise many MMA fans. Throughout his career, Dustin has shared the cage with some of the most dangerous fighters in the sport. From elite strikers to dominant grapplers, he has experienced the pressure and power of many world-class opponents. However, when asked about the most physically powerful fighter he has ever faced, Dustin immediately went back to one name, Khabib. Dustin explained that Khabib was unlike anyone else he had competed against. He said that the moment Khabib grabbed him, he could instantly feel the difference in strength and control. According to Dustin, it was not just about raw power. He believes the combination of physical strength, technique, timing, and relentless pressure made Khabib feel almost impossible to move. Dustin described the experience as feeling like he was fighting someone who weighed hundreds of pounds more than his actual weight. The pressure Khabib created during grappling exchanges made him feel unbelievably heavy and difficult to escape from. While many fighters are known for their strength, Dustin believes Khabib's advantage came from mixing that strength with world-class wrestling skills. The way Khabib controlled positions and constantly pushed forward made every second of the fight physically exhausting. Their matchup remains one of the most memorable moments of Dustin's career. Although Dustin has faced some of the toughest competitors in UFC history, he still views Khabib as the strongest opponent he has ever shared the cage with. The respect between the two fighters has always been clear, and Dustin's comments showed just how much impact Khabib's unique fighting style had on the athletes who faced him.